very busy. So I would also like to thank Mark Minon. You are just phenomenal. Thank you. Though you have not been to Nigeria, but for you to understand our language, the psychology of the people, and what we face, and the life of a teacher in Nigeria. Okay, many times backstage we talk about it, and you say you are aware. This is just similar to what rural India is experiencing. It is amazing. I'll just go straight to my remark. My name is Moss Uromta. I'm the team lead for CodeFest, the founder, the CEO of CodeFest International. And I want to welcome everyone to this demo, this expo today. It's amazing how you people have got us busy. Like I said, in the past 2 years, we have not been this busy. We do programs, but of course, this program really got us busy. I want to thank CodeFest team for putting together also. You just saw a video. What came to your mind when you saw that video? You saw a village teacher that has employed, I say village teacher because it's from remote place in Kenya that man came to win. He came forth to win Global Teachers Prize, worth $1 million, and that is not enough. He has lots of endorsements that he has. He has other awards like the popular musician that won a Grammy, and the state government welcomed him, and took care of him, So that is how this teacher has brought to the people, the family, the village, the country, everybody. That's what we are doing here. It's a digital transformation. We are trying to bring more teachers into this place, okay, where you become a global citizen. That is the reason for STEM. STEM makes you a global citizen. In the course of the program today, there's going to be a video you would see how STEM helps the society, how STEM helps a family, how STEM can help a school, how STEM can help a nation. You would see that the future is STEM. And I congratulate you for making it thus far, your projects, your tech. This has been really an awesome ride. It has been an awesome ride. And I would like, at this junction, for all the project presenters to be ready. Okay, we have about 5 groups, 5 individuals who have got projects to present. You are given 2 minutes, 2 minutes to present your project. I will lead you. If your time is going too fast or going too fast, for instance, okay, the maximum you can get is 3 minutes, because we don't want to stay here. We don't want to be up for so long. And this program is being recorded. It's live. And this is just one of those unusual things that we make happen for Nigerian teachers. So right now, while you're getting set for your presentation, I would like the producer of this program to do a group chat or an individual chat to find out those who are presenting today, and you make them a co-host of this program if you haven't done that. So while we wait for that to happen, we have a talk. We have a STEM talk. This is exclusive, and this is going to take you to another level in your journey of STEM. And we're inviting Mark again for a 30 minutes. This is a global audience now. We have people who are not part of the training we just did in STEM, those who do not understand, those who have some query, those who have doubt, and those who want to get into the business of STEM, those who want to transform their school through STEM, and also, raise innovators and superstars in their family. STEM cuts across all disciplines. Every career of the future is STEM. So let me welcome Mark once more. Mark, this is the Nigerian teachers who are graduating, who are showing forth today, and a global audience. What do you have for us today? Please shoot.
Good morning to everyone in Nigeria. This is Mark Menon sitting in a very rainy India, 4.5 hours ahead of you in life, because it's late afternoon here, and it is with great pleasure that I joined this program. I have been a very strong supporter of everything that Moss and Taiwo and Jesse have been doing. And believe me, it's not an easy task. I came back from New York to India in 2008. Now it's 13 years since I have started talking to Indians about STEM and what needs to be done. So I would like to start by congratulating all of you who attended the first batch of trainees and also Moss and his team, because what you have done is something that, to the best of my knowledge, has not happened in India itself. And I've been here for 13 years now. I've known you for 6 months. So you have stolen a march on everybody here. So I do congratulate you. In a very short time, you have been able to plant the seed of STEM in Nigeria. And it is my fondest hope. I always had a soft corner for Africa uh, for many reasons. It has to do with history itself, and it has to do with a lot of my family settling in different parts of Africa. So, that being said, congratulations to all the participants, all the guests here, and all the wonderful people who attended the first program and wrote back very positively about it. And in particular, this young lady, Angela Ikiopara, I think I've got her name right. The way she has thanked me and the organization for conducting this program. I sincerely appreciate everybody who has given a very nice feedback. There was hardly any criticism, and it's very strange. The reason behind that is that we took a lot of effort to put in the effort. Sorry for the interruption. I had to click on that record permission button. So we are all here on a nice morning in Nigeria and a nice afternoon in India. Now, what you have before you is a great opportunity. Even when the COVID hit us, a lot of millionaires were created, a lot of entrepreneurs were created, a lot of people came out with new products and services and made a name for themselves, despite the nastiness of this whole thing of COVID. And India is climbing slowly out of it, very, very slowly. And in these difficult times, when people don't have jobs or people don't get salaries, especially the teachers who are working. So I salute all the teachers who are struggling out there to keep the online classes going so that children are able to focus on studies while they are at home. I also thank the parents for supporting the schools and the children and the teachers who are struggling very hard to take online classes. In most of India, we have problems with children not having access to the internet, believe me, and a lot of children not having even a smartphone to connect with the world. So we are going through very difficult times, but in these difficult times, this is the best times for people like you who have taken their time and trouble to log in today. There are about 30 of you right now, and probably the number will go up. That you came on time and you're expecting me to tell you something that could change your lives or make your lives better or make the lives of people around you better. Now, had I not met Moss, who is the CEO of this wonderful company, CodeFest, like he said, this is not what he started out. He started out with very advanced level courses like, uh, programming, coding. There were so many things that he's into. And then suddenly he came across STEM and he said, this is what I want to do. Can you conduct a program for training young Nigerians in it? So that's how this all started. Had I not met him a few months back, I would not have had the pleasure of meeting a young boy whom I'm scheduled to meet tomorrow. A young Nigerian boy, 18 years old, is dreaming of becoming an aerospace engineer. It's very easy for me or Moss to say that, hey, you're just another kid, we don't have time to talk to you. But, in the short period of time, Moss has called me 2 times and said, you have to do something for this kid. That puts a tremendous responsibility on me because I need to figure out in my time that I have, what can I do for that young man? And if we are able to help one young person, then the word will spread. More people will come to you for help, and you will be able to help them. So those of you who are new to STEM and those of you who have gone through a STEM program conducted by CodeFest, I have prepared a small presentation. It's about 15 to 20 slides, where I'm sure you will not be bored and you will come across new things, and you will find an opportunity for yourself in the field of education. So give me 1 second and I will just move into my presentation. There will be enough time for questions. So you please ask me questions. I'll be happy to give you straight and honest. Just bear with me, please. All right. So I guess you can all see this presentation. You see me sitting there, always thinking what to do next. What can I do to help somebody else? And when you're in that frame of mind, God takes care of things around you. And He brings people to you that can help you to solve the problem that you have on your plate for the time being right now. For example, a girl called me up and said, I'm unemployed. I got a master's degree. And I looked at a photograph, beautiful girl. She's got a lot of experience, but right now she's sitting in part of India without a job. And I was wondering how I can help her. Then suddenly I remembered that I know somebody in another WhatsApp group, and I called that person, and she said, it's not a problem. Just connect me and I'll take care of her. That's how life is. It's all about contacts and using the contacts. And I've been good at that. I've given a lot in my life. And so now it's time for me to receive the blessings of all the people I've helped. And they come back to me and say, what can I do for you? So we have a long way to go with STEM in Nigeria. And the very first flight that opens up in October, November, when things are a little stabilized, I plan to come to your country and do a couple of things. One, to meet all of you in person. Second, to visit at least 10 schools and talk to the parents, talk to the children, talk to the management, and try to get things moving. Third, to hold a national level aero modeling and rocketry competition to bring your children into competition. And fourth, after 6 o'clock, I don't work. I want to be with all of you, with your families, travel, see the country, go back a wise person. So that's that's my plan. So I'm hoping that Moss and all of you will make this small dream of this old man come true. Now let's talk about STEM, because that is the subject, and it's called Science, Technology, Engineering, and Maths. Now, those of you who have not heard this subject, you have not, hold on for a second, please. You know, when you talk about STEM, it's like six blind people touching an elephant. If you look at the slide, you will see a man is touching the tail, a man is touching the snout of the elephant, a man is touching the thigh or the leg of the elephant, another person is touching the tooth or the tusk of the elephant, one person is catching the ear, another person is catching the trunk, and each person describes STEM in a different way, and all of them are correct. So Nigeria will have its own definition of STEM. India has its own definition of STEM. Americans have their own definition of STEM. So I'm going to clarify all this as we go today. So let's just move on. Just take a look at this slide. The United States, the country where I belong to, I've spent all my life there. It spends 3 billion US dollars every year on STEM education. So you can well understand that 3 billion US dollars is more than the economy of many smaller countries in the world, right? So with $3 billion, they pump into education to develop the schools, to develop the teachers, to develop the labs. Then the country progresses from being number one in the world to maybe number one in the universe. The only people they are competing with now is Russia and with China. So how is America going to forge ahead? Because all the Chinese talent is in America right now. All the Indian talent is in America right now. All the bright people from all over the world, including Nigeria, they're all there in the US, building their dreams and building their castles, earning large sums of money, and hopefully some of them will turn around and do something for their respective countries. But America wants to protect itself. It wants to make sure that all the top jobs in science, especially science, pharmaceuticals, medicine, nuclear energy, space, these are all the top industries. All these industries, they want to make sure that the American citizens are in the top positions and not an Indian or a Chinese or a Russian or somebody from some other part of the world. Because ultimately, it's all a matter of trust. You need to trust somebody to have him hold the portfolio for the entire country as far as it comes to defense or nuclear energy or nuclear power or whatever that be. So they have invested a lot of money, and this started in the year 2004, in 2000 actually, when George Bush the father and the son became the president, right? And then it continued for 8 years, and then Obama took it for 8 years, and he really grew it up. And now, when Donald Trump left, the budget allowance was 3 billion US dollars. So if you look at the job scenario in the US, the average growth of an industry, all occupations, whether you are a doctor or a lawyer or a chartered accountant or whatever, was only 14%. For the next 10 years, up till 2020 and even beyond, they are saying that STEM jobs, which basically are in mathematics, you can see the slide, mathematics, computer systems, medical scientists, system software, and biomedical engineering. Even this slide, I saw it yesterday, it kind of really made me think, biomedical engineering, is that such a hot subject? I've heard about biotechnology, but biomedical, it has to do with artificial kidneys and artificial hearts and artificial lungs, and tomorrow there might even be an artificial human being, like a robotic device with maybe blood pumping in its heart. I don't know. So these are the areas where your children, and these are the areas where your brothers and sisters should start thinking, this is where we need to get to. All right. So now we'll just go to the next slide. I heard the word slide, but here it is. Take a look at this. These are the areas. Maybe you would like to jot it down, but I can give you a copy of this PowerPoint. It's not a problem. The social sciences, physical sciences, engineering. Look at the blue. The blue is totally larger than everything else. If you take the blue, that is engineering, and you add computers and software and computer support, that's almost 3/4 of the entire circle. That's the opportunity in front of you. All right. Now, to all of you who are presently undergoing this small session for me, how does it affect you and what can you do? I'm assuming and presuming that most of you are teachers. I'm also assuming that most of you want to become teachers. I'm also assuming and presuming that some of you own schools or manage schools or work in schools in administration. And I also presume that a lot of you are pondering about what you can do for your country. There's a famous saying by John F. Kennedy, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. I'm 64 now, and being a US citizen and living in India, there's nothing I can do for Indians here. But I can do for people all over the world by making knowledge available. That's the only thing I have. I have knowledge. I'm happy to give it. I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days. I'm happy. It's just like a preacher in a church. He preaches all the time, thinks about God all the time. I think about teaching all the time. I'm happiest when I'm teaching. So those of you who are looking at a future ahead of you in COVID times, what are the things that you can do? You can become a STEM trained teacher at a school. You are a teacher, but you're not a STEM trained teacher. That makes a big difference. You can get promoted at school as a STEM coordinator. We received a mail from a student from the a previous batch saying that he is now the STEM coordinator for the school. And I had a very interesting conversation with him as to what are the next steps. How does he grow? How does he grow on the job? How does he make the school be recognized as a leader for STEM education in your country? You can also become a STEM trainer like me. We'll show you all those methods, how you can grasp the knowledge that's needed to go out and train people. You can become a STEM courses marketing executive. You need to promote STEM all over Africa, not just Nigeria. We'll show you how to do it. We also need people to make STEM marketing kits. We need to make kits that the science teachers can use in the school. We need PowerPoints, we need curriculum, we need books, we need articles, we need blogs. So there is a tremendous amount of opportunity available. And we are all here as a guest of CodeFest. So there is something called a CodeFest STEM Ambassador. For that, I request Mo to have a separate program. So those of you who want to go independent to do something without investing a lot of money, that is the way to go for the next 10 to 15 years, anywhere in the world. All right. Now we'll just move on a bit because time is short. Now, I'm showing you a few pictures of my life because if you are looking at me as a STEM promoter or a STEM expert, you need to get some physical proof that this is what I do. You see, these are all from schools in Abu Dhabi, in United Arab Emirates. These are some of the best schools where I've introduced STEM technology in the schools. That means a child in grade 6, grade 7, grade 8 is exposed to aircraft, and you can see here space models and different kinds of model airplanes. And all the activities are like you play, you perform, you work in teams, and that is STEM. All right, I'm going to go very specific now. Now, why did I get into STEM? You need somebody to inspire you. You can see me, I was a young, decent looking guy many years back. All right. And that is the president of India. And these are students I get from France. I get students for 5 countries: France, Germany, Brazil, United States, right? These children, they come and stay with me, not because their countries are, not doing well or they are behind India. They come because they've heard about me, they've heard about STEM activities, they want to be with me and enjoy life, enjoy studies, and go back a wise person. And on the right hand side, you can see the President of India and the chairman of ISRO, which is the NASA of India. All right. Right now, they are planning to send the first astronaut into space. The girl on the left is the first STEM teacher I've created in the whole of UAE, and she happily belongs to the country of Egypt. And Egypt has spent the most amount of money and time and resources to improve the quality of education in their schools. So we in Africa should take a leaf from what is happening in Egypt. There is nothing in India that I'm proud of. There's nothing I can say, come to India and see what's happening here, because we here are still sleeping as far as STEM is concerned. But as far as Nigeria is concerned, you're on to a good start. Like in a 100 meters race, you got off with a bullet. You have the gun firing, bang, you're on. On the right hand side, you see teachers from top schools there. This picture is really large, actually. I've taken only a corner of it. You see teachers for the first time looking at STEM products and saying, oh my God, is this what I'm supposed to do in my class? How is it going to change my life? How is it going to change the life of students and parents and the school? How much more money we need to pump in? When will we get this money back? All those kind of crazy questions. Now, here's a scene of STEM being introduced in my school. On the right-hand side, you see the boys. The boys and girls are not allowed to sit together. In India, boys and girls sit together. But normally what happens is the boys sit at the back and the girls come and sit in the front. In some schools, they start putting boys and girls together, all right, front and back. And now in the United Arab Emirates, grade 6 and up, they are segregated. They can't sit together. So I would take a class, and then the boys will go and the girls will and then the girls will come, and I have to wipe the board clean and start all over again the same class. So when these three boys, they started making planes and flying it, their mom, who's a teacher, she also came and said, what a wonderful world you have given us. And these are top schools who are not having these activities, and then they're calling me and say, why don't you introduce it? All right. Now, there are a lot of teachers among you. So let's look at grades 1 to 3. What do we teach in STEM in grades 1 to 3? Take a look at this. Mostly we introduce Lego. Lego kits are very expensive. They're American made, very expensive. All right. And they come in different shapes, sizes, and colors. And you teach a child mechanical movements, creativity, thinking in 3 dimensions. All right. So this is play. You don't teach, you make the children play and make them go in a particular direction. Now it gets serious, grades 4 and 5. This is where you give them electronic sets, aero modeling kits, rocketry kits, mechano sets, and they are totally into learning. Now, this is in addition to what their teachers are teaching them in class. So in maths, you learn how to look at the length, how to look at the width, how to look at the height, but that doesn't have any application. So when children make things with their hands, they learn how to measure, to design, to cut, to shape, to connect, and then if something goes wrong, how to figure it out and how to fix it. So that is what happens in grades 4 and 5. And then the real serious stuff, grades 6 and up. These are the 7 subjects that we teach. Of course, I don't teach coding and blockchain. This is offered through a friend of ours. But my specialty is basic and advanced aero modeling, model rocketry and CANSAT, space technology, drone technology, and Arduino robotics. AI stands for artificial intelligence, IoT stands for Internet of Things, VR stands for virtual reality, and AR stands for augmented reality. Now, the government of India has, of yesterday, introduced artificial intelligence, VR and AR and IoT in the school syllabus for the first time. That means there will be a curriculum, there will be trained teachers, and there will be examinations held in these subjects. And children in grade 6 onwards, they can choose to study these subjects in school. Right now, these subjects don't exist. Okay. So STEM has now entered the Indian educational field, but nobody calls it STEM. They're still calling it do it yourself learning, do it yourself learning. Now take a look at this. There are about 50 items I've put here. Cutting knives, scissors, cutting board, twine, sellotape, sandpaper, metal hooks, paper. I'm not going to waste your time. If somebody among you can take a plastic box and buy all these items and put it in this box, you can sell this to schools as a STEM kit, because without this, the child cannot do any activity in the class, whether it's grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, whatever grade. So this itself, I'm showing you an opportunity of how to make money while the COVID is there, or how to start a business and grow from there. It's a humble growth, but it's simple. Your entire family can help you to put these boxes together. You just need to create the market. You walk into a school, tell them you got art and craft classes. I got ready-made box. Your children don't need to go out and buy anything. Everything is there for you, and take it. And then I'll follow up with more STEM products and STEM courses. So CodeFest will show you all these opportunities. One second, please. Aero modeling, basically the building and flying of model airplanes. Model airplanes, I supply in beautiful boxes like this. All right, when you open the box, you get all the bits and pieces, and you will get, I'm just showing it to the camera, you will get all the things needed to make an aeroplane that flies. Or here is an aeroplane, I'm showing it to you in front of you. This aeroplane can take off from the ground and fly. And as you build this, it takes 2 hours to build it. As you build it, you can teach children potential and kinetic energy, or elastic potential energy and kinetic energy, Newton's third law of motion, parts of an aircraft, theory of flight, and Bernoulli's principle. These are all things that a school teaches, but the student really doesn't understand because the teacher is teaching from the book. You're not showing something practical. And then we have the competitions. Right now, Boeing has introduced the national competition in India, and my students are all preparing for it. It's a world level, world class competition. Someday we'll bring it to your country. I promise you it'll happen in your country also. Now, from model aeroplanes, I now teach model rocketry. You can make a rocket. It takes about 1 hour, and this rocket can go into the sky to altitudes of 600 feet, 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet, 3,000 feet using rocket engines. And inside the rocket, we have different kinds of sensors. Just give me 1 second. I just wanted to show you these sensors. You see these small sensors? These are embedded inside the rocket, and when it goes up, the parachute opens and the electronic stuff, it just floats down and measures the temperature, the density, and the pressure of air at 1,000 feet or 2,000 feet. And in some of my rockets, the larger ones, this is a larger one, but in order to have a camera attached to it, you need to have a slightly larger rocket having a body with circumference like this. So if you make a rocket like this with this much circumference, you can put cameras inside it. So this is all new technology. You can even fire rockets and create rain in your villages. That's a great subject in itself. All right. Now, here are some pictures from my Abu Dhabi school where we have introduced drone technology. Now, this drone technology is very useful for a country like Nigeria because you have farmlands, and these farmlands need to be surveyed for the crop, whether any disease is affecting the crop, whether there is adequate water. So all these drones can just fly over land, take the pictures, and you use software, and you can figure out what is wrong with your crop, what pesticide is affecting it, what pesticide is needed, and what insects are biting into your crop. All this can be done. Like if you have 10 acres of land, you can finish it in half an hour. Fully automated. You just turn on the drone and you sit there and dream of a good life. In half an hour, the drone will fly, it'll come back and land in front of you. Take your pen drive, put it into your computer, and it'll show you the entire your entire plantation, all the crops, what's wrong with it, what needs to be done, where the water is, and things like that. I have a friend in Zambia who's built a huge company. He's got like 100 people working for him all over Africa. All over Africa, they are flying. They are doing agricultural mapping. They are mapping solar energy. So many things they are doing with software imported from France. And he's working under the university. So he got the stamp of approval, right? You need the stamp of approval. Now, in the UAE, you know, girls and boys are separate. So here are the girls. They they are in a good school, but there are better schools, and even in those schools, they don't get opportunities like this. So I'm very proud that my school there, a British International School, is far ahead when it comes to implementation of science. All right. These are the mechano sets that I talked about. These are very expensive, but a box like this, it has got 640 pieces. And in a class, if you have like 4 of these or 5 of these boxes, your children, 30 to 40 students, will go mad making engineering models. This is what brings out the creativity. The next step is Lego. This is very, very expensive. I don't promote it. I have got 6 boxes of Lego lying in my house. I don't use it. At some point of time, I will give it to some school. And these are very expensive. But in this, you learn engineering and you learn programming. All right. Sorry about that. Now, when you decide to go into a career in the field, you need to, in the field of STEM, you will need certain curriculum. You will need certain files so that you can go and teach. So for that, we have NASA's beautiful site, Sally Ride, and NASA Citizen Scientist. This is a topic in itself. I would strongly urge that, you know, some of you who are sitting here decide today itself that I will be a NASA scientist. You know how much money you have to invest in becoming a NASA scientist? Zero, nothing. All that you need is your cell phone to become a NASA approved scientist. And this is meant for children. And the Sally Ride Earth Camp, that is meant for teachers and their students. So this will take me an hour to explain what it is. So at some point of time, we'll talk about that. All right. Now, in my program, we introduce space technology because this is the future of the world. Every country today, every news item, go on Google, everything today is about space. All right. Even the owner of Amazon wants to go to the moon on the next space flight. Not to the moon. He wants to go to space, and then when he goes to space, he'll say, I want to land on the moon. Let's build a rocket for that. I have the money. Now, robotics is a very big subject. No country in the world can escape from robotics. So please introduce robotics in your classes, but don't go for expensive stuff. What I've shown on the right side is simple stuff that you can use and you can make it work. You can make a car, a plane, a train, or a bus, make it work, or a humanoid like on the left, work with your simple cell phone. With your cell phone, you can control everything. You can control everything with your cell phone. Let me see if I can show you something here. Give me 1 second. Just bear with me for a second. I didn't expect this. Here. I hope you can see it. This is the program. You see that? You see those two circles? With those two circles and my thumb, I can make a plane fly. I can make a boat go in water. I can make a car drive. I can make a crane work. I can make a robotic device dance, all with the help of this. And all this is free. This is the beauty of this whole thing. This whole thing is free. You don't have to pay for it. The cell phone you already have. The program, I'm giving it to you free of cost. It's not mine. I know where to get it, right? So a lot of things in life are free. In fact, I always say the best things in life are free. You just need to know where to go and get it. Now, model aircraft, one of the fascinating subjects. This is something that is very dear to me. So we have already talked to Moz that we will start the first aero modeling club in a school in Nigeria. So if your school has a large ground, contact Moz and reserve your spot. Straight away, we'll start a club there. All right. Now, drone technology. Drones are very inexpensive to begin with, and it can get very expensive. What you're seeing on the right side of the screen is a DJI Phantom. It's very expensive. And I would say it will probably cost about 15,000 UAE dirhams, which is a lot of money. 15,000 dirhams, Abu Dhabi dirhams. It's a lot of money. 1 dirham or $1 is 3 dirhams. So you can see the cost. So you're looking at like $3,000 to buy this baby on the right side here. This beautiful thing here on the right side. But you know, you work for 1 month and you can get the money back just taking wedding pictures. Just take wedding photography and you get your money back. But that's not the way to do it. There is a more detailed explanation. We'll go into that. Now, when you talk about STEM, you also have to introduce coding and blockchain development and blockchain programming, benefits of artificial intelligence, then augmented reality, virtual reality, IoT. These are all subjects that are part of STEM. Now, when I talk about all this, you might be thinking, I'm an arts graduate. I am not a science graduate. I don't understand what Mr. Mark is talking about. Don't worry about it. You don't have to teach all this. There are teachers for all this. You just need to connect the school to the teacher and the products. So that's what I call marketing of STEM. All right. We'll teach you all that. So don't worry about these things. Now, these are kits. Like when you open one of these boxes, then the quality of the stuff inside is shown there on the left side. These are pieces of wood. This is a propeller. This is the rubber band. These are instructions. This is the plan. Here, how to make a rocket. It's all printed, beautifully illustrated. It's all in color. All the stickers are in color. It's a good product. And I insist that when you supply something, wherever you are, even in the most poorest neighborhood, you must give a product that is world class, and you must figure out how to do that. Here are some scenes about competitions. I'm a very big believer in competitions. On the left-hand side, I have students in Abu Dhabi in grade 6, 7. They are local children, and they are building a smart city for a competition. And on the right side, this is our robotics team, which got 3rd place in the nationals in Abu Dhabi. All right. The school has never participated in a competition. Now they are in all competitions they participate. Some of them they win, some of them they lose. But the main thing is the school has got a reputation now. Yes, we have a robotics team, we have an aero modeling team, we have a drone team, we have an artificial intelligence team. Whether they are good or bad, that's a different story. But the school has made its presence in the market. All right. Projects. On the left-hand side is a complete model airport. Everything works here. The airport will tell you how many passengers are there, what time the flight is. You will find the lights coming, taking off, landing lights. Water is, there's a small garden, airport garden. The water flows there because the sensors are working. Then you have different kind of alarms, burglar alarms, smoke alarms, touch alarms, sound alarms, light alarms. So many things are happening in the airport like a real airport. And that's how you teach children. When they see all this, they say, oh my God, I want to learn programming. Oh my God, I want to learn electronics. I want to work in an airport. I want to become an engineer. I want to become a pilot. And on the right-hand side, this is my current project. I'm just looking to start this. This is an entire city that actually works. A real city about the size of a billiards table or a table tennis table, like a table tennis table, as big as that, a real city that actually works. And it all powered by solar energy. That's how you stimulate the child's mind. And when a parent sees that this is the kind of teacher, this is the kind of school my child is going, they know that child is going to reach the top. And you owe it to yourself to be the best, and you owe it to your country to make your school the best. And we are here to help you. I'm there. Moss is there. So I come to the end of this presentation. I say thank you to all of you in all the different languages. Thank you in English. And here we have merci, which is, as you know, Spanish, which is French. Gracias, as you see here, this is all Spanish. And in Urdu, the language of the Middle East, we say shukran. I do not know what exactly the word in your country is. I will learn it as soon as this program is over. So I'm just cutting off from here. Stop share, back in my class. Time is over. I hope I did not bother you too much, bore you too much. If you have any questions, please, you can type it into the chat, or you can just raise your hand and shoot off. And I hand it over to Moss because he's the boss here. Somebody needs to, take this meeting forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Thank you for the delivery. Thank you for stimulating us, stimulating our appetites. And I don't think we are ready to stop. Yeah, CookFest has a lot. Now, one of the challenges we have, which we are overcoming, is we seem to be ahead of Nigeria. We're ahead of the curve, okay? But I'm glad today that we have a lot of people joining us who are going to be champions of STEM, and not just mouth talk, but they are doing the work. They are doing the work. I'm stimulated, I'm inspired. So right now we're going into our demo. Brilliance. I can't wait for seeing it. So producer, please, you're going to help us right now.
Somebody has a question. I don't know who. They are saying
maybe. Can you see the question? Okay, no, maybe you take it.
I don't see the question. It just says 2 people have raised their hands, so I don't know who they are.
All right. Sometimes it's an error. I'd like us to take the questions, keep them somewhere. We can lodge them somewhere. And please use the chat box. Use the chat box if you have any questions so that we can save time. Now, let me invite the first group. Group 1. After group 1, we have Rudy. So if group one is ready, you can go ahead right away. Otherwise, now before second group, group two, get ready. Group three, get ready. Everybody just get ready. So let's get group one on. Okay. Okay. Brilliant.
From your school.
Okay. No sound. I think. Maybe you can show pictures if there are no sound.
We have merci, which is, as you know, Spanish, which is French. Gracias, as you see here, this is all Spanish.
I think the sound is okay now. Go ahead.
Urdu, the language of the Middle East, we say shukran. I do not know what exactly it is in your country. I will learn it as soon as this program is over.
On behalf of
I'm just
myself,
cutting off from here. Stop share, back in my class.
and the colleagues in my
Time is
team,
over. I hope I did not
Mrs.
bother you too much, bore you too
Shola,
much. If you have any
and
questions,
Shola.
please, you can type it into the chat, or you can just raise your hand and shoot off.
Something is
And
not right.
I hand it over to Moss because he's the boss here. Somebody needs to,
We
take
present
this
this
meeting
STEM
forward.
project,
Thank you.
and our STEM project is based on mathematics.
Thank you, thank you for the delivery. Thank you for stimulating us,
is to design
stimulating our appetites.
a
And
house
I don't think we are ready to
with
stop.
specifications.
Yeah, Cookfest
To
has
build a house
a lot.
specifications.
Now, one of the challenges we have,
The material
which
used
we are
for the construction of
overcoming,
this
is
project
we but today that we have a lot of people joining us who are going to be champions of fame and
staple pin.
not just
We also use
mouth talk,
We
but they are
started
doing the work.
by
They are doing the work.
measuring
I'm stimulated
the
and
base
inspired.
of
So
the house.
right now we're going into our demo.
And here we are.
Brilliant. I can't
from this
wait
point
for
to this point.
to see it.
We
So
have 34
producer, please,
centimeter,
you're going to help
and
us
from this point
right
to this
now.
point,
Moss,
Please
somebody,
help.
from this point
Moss,
to this
somebody
point,
has a
we have
question. I don't know who.
28
They are saying
centimeters.
Maybe
Now,
can you see
after
the question?
construction,
Okay,
No,
maybe you take it.
we went ahead to
I
construct
don't see the question.
right
It just
side
says two people
and
have
the
raised
left
their
side
hands,
of
so I
the
don't know who they are.
signifying
All right.
the walls
Sometimes
of
it's
the
an error. I like the way.
in length,
And,
then 42 centimeters.
Please use the chat box.
in height.
Use the chat box
From
if you
this
have
point
your
to
questions
this point
so that we can
is
see.
42 centimeters.
Now,
And
let
from
me
this point
invite
to
the
this
first
point is 34
group.
centimeters.
Group one.
Out the windows. At the
After
two
group
sides,
one,
you can see
we have
windows here,
Ruby.
and we also
So
have two
if
windows
group one is ready,
now,
you can
after
go ahead
cutting out
right away.
the windows,
Otherwise,
the next step
now
was
before
to make the front
second
front
group,
wall,
group two, get ready.
and then
Group three,
the
get
back
ready.
wall.
Everybody just get ready.
Now the base
So let's get
of
group one
this,
on.
from this point to this point is 34 centimeters. And from
Okay.
here to this point is 42 centimeters. After the measurement
Okay.
of the
Brilliant.
four sides and gluing the four sides, we make this shape and we glue it. It is measured from this point
Okay.
to this point,
No sound.
20 centimeters, and from this point to this point, 10 centimeters, and from this point to this point, 15 centimeters.
Maybe you can
Now,
show pictures if there are
We
no
have to
sound.
give it a support. If not, this basement will not be able to stay, even with the application of gun. Now, we have to make two pillars, as you can see.
Merci.
Each of these pillars first measures with the application of gun.
Gracias.
Now, we have to make two pillars.
I think the sound is okay
Each
now.
of these here we have the first pillar, and every other.
There's a background, there's a record playing at the back. Are you not getting it from yourself? The issue.
And the pillar.
Sort it. Yes, but there's a record playing. That's like what we have said before. It's playing at the back. Maybe you're playing on YouTube, so you got to off it. Off it. It's, all right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Group 1. I think we've been able to give us a tip of your project, which we have a hand on it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure we'll have a word for you at the end of the entire presentation. Thank you. Good job. Well done. Now, can we have Mrs. Arode? Mrs. Arode is next, and let's see what. Okay.
I'm here to explain how to prepare chemical-powered car using chemical reaction to power a car. We are going to need material needed. We need our baking soda, which is sodium hydrogen tricarbonate 4. We need our vinegar, which is ethanoic acid. Then we need your plank, a straw, our barbecue stick, a gum, Vaseline. So let's start. You take your, you measure for the tire, you measure 3 centimeters. Sorry, measure 2 centimeters. Measure 2 centimeters. You can do it in 4 places because I want to document it. Your scissors to cut. Make sure it's circular so that it affects.
What do you call that something? 0.4. 0.4.
Yeah, I think there's is this over? Okay. Okay, so we just got a tip of Mrs. Arode project, but I think the video has a challenge. So let's see if the producer can rectify it and then get that in later. Otherwise, so you can just drop it and see if you can rectify it and showcase the next project.
You put the
Mr. Taiwo, see if you can rectify this video backstage. Let's move to the next, probably. Okay.
Okay, you can
So I think
announce
group
the
two.
next people.
Group two is
Group
next.
three
Group
now.
two.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. I believe group two are in the house, and you just have a photo. I don't know who is going to be explaining what the photo is.
Mr. Taiwo, can you play the next ready group that you have on the video, on your video log? You can sort other
right,
ones, but so what group or what individual project are you showing us next? So, ladies and gentlemen, we have actually seen group one, and we have also seen Mrs. Fadibo Arode's project.
All right, so we're going for group three now, the fifth presentation.
Please bear with us. Okay, anytime you're ready, you can just go ahead and play. Mr. Sojino John, please get ready. Mr. Jephthah Apohaho, get ready. Mrs. Archie Lillian, get ready. Mrs. Angela Okpara, get ready. Then group 4 and 5 also get ready. And I do hope we know why we are doing this.
We have the shape of top length 5 centimeters and bottom of 9 centimeters.
What group is this?
The length of the sides.
Please, what group is
While
this?
the heights are 16 centimeter and 16 centimeter. The fourth step, we have a roof of length 27 centimeter with variance in breadth. It's cut out from the carton.
There is a dark
The
object.
fifth step, the base of 22 centimeter running to the pylon frame is cut out from the
producer.
The sixth step, the cuts, that is the door and windows, they are covered using a white film and a pink cardboard.
Please repeat the video.
Seventh step, these four parts are joined together with a photic glue with the use of plastic and straw as support. The eighth step, the front section are measured.
Can you pause the video? Pause the video. Kindly pause the video before you start. Pause it. Thank you. It's so noisy. Ladies and gentlemen, I just needed him to pause the video so that we could play it from the start. And I think this is group 3. Of course, group 3, yeah? Okay, so now you can play. You can play from the start so that the audience can enjoy it. Thank you.
By 6 centimeters, and the pilot screen.
So this group have made an aircraft. It's looking like the material is
Wait now. Hurry up because it's soon my turn.
It's looking like the material is carton. It's made of carton.
In shape of top.
So the beautiful thing about this is that they have been able to employ science, mathematics, which they teach in the classroom, engineering, They've been able to apply innovation, technology, and they have been able to use STEM, integrating STEM to make a project. So now you can see this is phenomenal. This is what Nigerian teachers are doing right now, STEM is no longer alien, it's no longer for developed countries. Our teachers are doing this right here, right now. Kudos to that group. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you very much. So can we move to the next group? Now I'm trying not to bore everyone. So mere showing the project, if you have hitches, I would like us to move to the next so that at the end of the day, we will give everyone a chance. We'll give everyone a chance, okay? Now, can we get the next project that is ready? So we've seen 3 projects, viewers. Project for group 1, project from Arode, Mrs. Arode, project from group 3. So who's ready? Who's next? Congratulations, everyone. Congratulations. I believe the next $1 million is coming to someone in this group. And I can't wait to be a part of that. I said the next prize, $1 million, is coming to one of our hardworking teachers on this platform.
Amen.
Great, we are doing the work. So who's next? Okay. Angela, are you ready? Mrs. Archie Lillian, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so who do we have? Okay, go ahead. All right. So you have 2 minutes because you're already losing time. Let's see what you have.
Hello, is it for me or Angela, or is it for another person?
Who is speaking?
It's Angela speaking right now.
Angela, go ahead.
Okay.
Do you have something to show us, a video or? Okay, yeah. Oh, I can see you're ready. Thank you.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, my name is Angela Ikopara, and I'm here to do my own project. It's on physics. We want to be demonstrating density. Yeah, and the topic is floating eggs. And here I have 2 glasses. This is glass A, glass B. We have salt. We have 2 eggs. We have water, and we have a spoon here. So quickly, because of time, this is my glass A. I measured, this is like 30 ml of salt put into the glass of water, into the glass. And I'm going to pour some water into it. This is water. And I guess I can pour this other water into this one. It's still going to stir it. Quickly. And I'm also going to pour water into glass. While I'm stirring this, we want to talk about density. Now, density is mass of a substance or object. Now, what makes an object, what makes an egg float in a substance is when the mass of the egg is more dense than that of the water. So let's do an experiment in that. Sorry, take away my glass. I'll be putting in the egg here. We could see here that the egg is still at the bottom. It did not float. Now, I'm going to add more water to this to see what happens into the glass A that has the concentrated, solid. And this is another egg. You're going to see, you see that, though it's cloudy a little bit, but you can see that this one is at the bottom and this one is floating to the top. Why is it so? It's because of the mass. When an object floats in a concentrated solution like this salt solution, it floats because of the density of the is less dense than the egg is less dense than the egg in glass B. The egg in glass A is less dense than the egg in glass B, and it's because of the concentration of the water, which is filled with salt, makes it to float. And another interesting thing I noticed during the experiment is that I could see bubbles from the on top of the egg, and that shows you that osmosis is also taking place. And what is osmosis? Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a region of low solute concentration from the region to the region of high solute concentration. So that shows that it's not just only we are studying as physics, we are also studying biology, because this egg is a semi-permeable membrane. And that's just
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, here you see again, Ms. Angela has been able to put STEM to work, combining science, combining principles of chemistry, combining mathematics, combining physics, all put together to achieve a project. So it's a common good for the students, common good for those who are there. Unforgettable. So this is just an example of discovery education that you can have, and the kids will love to do that at home and even in school. So kudos, brilliant. Now, can we get the next? So the producer is having a difficulty, network difficulty. So, and because I have not cued you myself, now you could just signify with your hand up so that we can share. We can share screen, give you the rights to share screen. So you could put your hand up and then you will be authorized to share your screen. Okay. So, okay, I can see you. So I can see you. Let me see if I can give you. Can you try to share your screen, Mrs. Archie? Share screen. Okay. All right. Are you able to do that?
I've done it.
Okay, brilliant. Wow, welcome.
Okay, can you see it?
We can see you. You're on set now. The world is watching you.
Okay, good morning, all. I'm actually Lillian. Actually, I produced this. This is a footwear made from carton. The materials I used was carton, glue, cardboard paper, and scissors and cutter. I had to measure out the footwear, measure out my foot. So if I'm to teach in a classroom, I'll ask my pupils to produce this, which we are going to use to learn mathematics. And it's part of art, is the art aspect of STEAM, which will actually, the production of this is the art aspect of STEAM, which we encourage the children to be more creative and productive. So I asked my pupils to create a footwear of their choice, any type of footwear they wish to produce. But I produced this, and then we have to cut out the shape, the base. You cut out the base first, then you cut out the top. Then you use the cardboard paper to make this part of it. That's this part of it, which you can use to link the top and the base together, the sole. Then you glue the sides. It has a little design at the top. So this can be used in teaching mathematics. You use it to teach measurements. You can use it to also teach perimeter, the length, the width of the objects. You can also use it to discuss about vocational aptitude, which is the production of where can we find someone who can produce this for us in a real life situation. You can take your children to maybe a shop where they make shoes. Take pupils to a place where they make shoes. They get to see the real materials that can be used to produce this. You also show them what are the procedures, the machines that they can use to produce this. We can also use this to teach about friction. When you use your footwear, there's friction that occurs within the floor and your shoe. You can use this to teach friction, and you can also use it to teach how to design. They can create their own design. It must not necessarily be my type of flip-flop. They can make any other design of their choice. So this is what I was able to produce. Thank you.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Thank you very much. You've made our day. Thank you. Thank you. Now you can see what I'm seeing here. Now a project, you can turn off your screen now. You can brilliant. I would like to buy this. Okay. So what you could do, you could just start creating a museum now. You could start loading all of this into putting it, create a room or a place where you can expose this. Okay, let it be a discovery room. Now, Mrs. Ashley has been able to put together arts, design, mathematics, physics, put it all together into the design of this project. And I love it so much. Well done. Thank you. So can we move to the next? Okay, I can see a hand up. I'm very sorry, like I said, we have a challenge of, okay, so brilliant. So thank you, Mr. Taiwo, you are back. Group 4 presentation. Let's have it. Roll it. The sound is not here. Can you see if you can get the sound up? Sound. We can see pictures, but no sound. Okay, so while we wait for that, this is amazing. This is the first teachers exhibition I will have online. I have never witnessed it before. I have never been a part of it. We are setting new records. We are setting new records. You can see anything is possible. Kudos, congratulations, one more. So can somebody, whoever is ready out of group 5, while we wait for group 4 to rectify their presentation, can we get group 5 or an individual presentation?
I'm ready. Jephthah.
Who is?
I'm ready.
Oh, Jephthah. Jephthah.
Yeah.
Okay, please take it over from us, Jephthah. Mr. Jephthah is ready. So, producer, kindly put off your.
On behalf of everybody of African Morning and Shaping the Nation, I'm here to present a project, a STEM project on mathematics for grade 7 titled
Please, let's give it attention.
It's 4 slides and 5 centimeter 4 side. The base of the drone is an irregular shape of pattern.
Wow.
Of 14 sides in 8 places, another 5 sides in 4 places. The top of the drone has the same shape and dimension as that of the base. On top of the base of the drone is a cube of length 14 centimeters to the breadth of 3 centimeters and the height of 4.5. 4 of these fibers are made and glued down to the base of the drone. The next thing on this construction is the making of the wings. Of 4 fibers of length 20 centimeters length, 8 centimeters width, and 6 centimeters height are made using cartons. and are viewed well the remaining portion on the base of the octagon. On the wings is a subsection in form of a figure of 8 centimeter length, 6 centimeter wide, and the height of 6 centimeters. On the wings, we have a pink color used to decorate the design for wings. And below the wings stands for the positioning of the drone. Once again, I want to appreciate Prophet and Apostle for this great opportunity afforded to us to present this vision on June. Thank you for listening.
Wow, I'm so inspired. I am blown away. This is awesome. Thank you very much, Group 4. That was a drone made in Nigeria. I mean, where will you get that? If not in Code Fest. I'm amazed. This, please don't stop. Don't stop. You just had a foundational training on STEM and you can do this. I believe that as you continue to practice it, there will be more. Thank you very much. I so much love this. I love the fact that we Nigerians were putting all our faculty to work when we have an opportunity to do so. And thank you very much. So let's go to the next. Mr. Jephthah is waiting right there for us. So take it.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Can we hear me?
Good morning. Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, it's Jephthah Akporara, and I remember the presenter said Akporara. I know my name is a bit difficult to pronounce. So I made a balloon car. I was going to show or try to explain Newton's third law. I know we've been doing Newton's third law for some time now, as Mr. Mark taught, and then I thought, what other way can I show this experimentally? And so I made a balloon car. I made it out of plastic. So I have a plastic cutter knife that had cut spaces open, and then with straws as well, such that when my car moves, when I inflate the balloon, and if I release the outlet from which the air would come out from the balloon, we'll see the car moving. Sorry, my video is not very well done. So I had made the wheels with brome and then straw and then corks of different plastic. So it's still the basic simple law of Newton's law. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, such that when the balloon is filled with air, and then if we allow, the plastic motor car would move across until we have all the air taken out of the balloon. It's the same way rocket ships are being made. It's the same way our planes work with thrust from the engines and all that. I think I have a video. If the presenter can put the video from the
we may not be able to share a video now. Sorry, we may not be able to share it now because of time, but we are feeling you.
Okay. So basically that's it. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So you've been able to demonstrate
Newton's third law of motion.
Third law of motion. Brilliant. Why would I attend your school seeing this? There's no way I would know, because I want to see this demonstrated. I want to see this. I want to be part of this. I want to use my hand as an 11-year-old boy. I want to get involved. I want to use my hands to do stuff. I want to be